Good evening, people. Hope you are good. Just going to test my sound before I go off on one. Here we go. We're live. So, welcome to tonight's mastermind. I'm going to be going over my thoughts on Sol. On the charts, I've had a few questions from my community on a trade that I put out on Sol today on my master zone, which is the area that we're going to be taking the short. And I thought it would be a great subject to cover tonight on why I've chosen that area, what it's all about. And yeah, happy days. We're not a community that just relies on signals like a lot out there at the moment. As reliable as the signals are, the trade setups that you can follow us on, we share them all with our community. But most importantly, we teach people how to trade. Because the thing is, you can give 1,000 men and women and children fish, and that's great. And they'll be full temporarily. But I think if you teach a person to fish, they'll never go hungry another day in their life. And that's what we believe in here in the Trading Masters and in the mastermind community, is to teach people how to fish, to teach people how to read the charts, to plot the charts. It will go a long way, because I believe that this is probably one of the best gifts that any human being on this earth, don't matter what your put that on silent, don't matter what your job is, your history, your capabilities, if you can learn how to make money from your mobile phone or your laptop anywhere in the world, I believe that that is a gift for life. And that's exactly what we do here at the Trading Masters, is teach. I'm the head mentor. I've got a team of coaches, Lee and Karen, they're my senior coaches, and day by day by day, we're pouring into our students, our clients that become friends, showing them how to read and plot and trade the charts. And that's what I'm going to show you tonight. I'm going to show you and break down what I'm looking at on the Sol chart. So let's get started. Let me build this from scratch. I'm going to build this from scratch. But I've got a short area that I'm interested in. Now, first things first, as you already know, I like the volume profile. I like to see where the most amount of value and volume is on the chart. I like to identify where people are interested in buying and selling, which is this value area here. Now, we've temporarily fallen out of the value area, but I believe this is the thing. This is the thing. I've got a short area that's up here, and I'll go over it in a second. But even if this is the way we trade, even if we don't come back up and reclaim this value area here to come up for our short area, even if that never happens, it doesn't matter. We've not lost anything. But we plot areas on the charts that we're interested in, for if we do come up to this area, there's a high probability that we're going to get a nice reaction on said area that we call the master zone. So if we continue, if we just go like this, so you can see we've lost this range here. We've come up to retest it. There was no strength in this move here, so then we've rejected from here, and now what was once support here is now resistance here, and we've rejected down here. So even if we continue, right, rejection, but sign of weakness, we come up to here, we reject again, that will be a major sign of weakness for me. I may look to take a scalp trade or a day trade on this particular area here if we cannot reclaim this particular area here. But good evening, Dave. Hope you're well, my friend. But if we don't, then for me, that's just a weak area just there. And then we'll fall to our backsides and possibly come and test this liquidity area just down here. So, secondly, I'm going to look for any resistance levels. So I'm going to check the monthly chart, the weekly chart. No, I'm going to check the daily chart. Fantastic. So I have got a daily level here. And I have got a daily level there. So I've got two daily levels of resistance. 4-hour chart, get this back up. And I'm going to have a look at any volume levels that may be present on this. I've got a developing monthly naked point of control. Okay, fine. see if we've got any weekly. Oh, weekly. So I've got a weekly, daily, a weekly naked point of control just below the daily, which is nice, contributing to the resistance. Let's see if I've got any daily naked points of controls. Yes, we have. We've got one here, and we've got one here. And I'm going to add this one on because we've already got a weekly there, so we're fine. So we've got quite a bit of resistance here. You've seen a lot of price action has gone on around this particular area. And I always see points of controls as unfinished business. Unfinished business, because what that does, it allows me to see where traders got the direction wrong. Just going to check something while I'm on here. Good evening. Fantastic. Yeah, we're all good technically. Right. So what we've got here now, this isn't the finished product yet. What we've got so far, we've got daily resistance, value area high of this said range that we're ranging in right now, the point of control, which is in this particular range, the weekly naked point of control, and a daily level. So straight away, we've got some decent levels within this zone here that we're looking at. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to take a few pulls of my anchored VWAP. So the first one's here. I think this will be a bit too high. Yes, it is. I've got another anchored VWAP here. Okay, that's interesting. But I like to take anchored VWAPs from impulsive moves to the up or downside as well. So I can see this is where, okay. So the reason why I've chosen this point here is this is where we've broken down. So here's a high. Then we've fallen, rolled over, lower high, lower high. We've come up to here, and all it's done is create a lower high. But for me, the big impulsive move is when literally if I remove that anchored VWAP there, you'll be able to see what we can see here is we have just literally fallen out of this. This is an impulsive move to the upside. So it's quite interesting when we do see that. So what I can see, since we've lost that particular support area, you can see resistance, resistance, resistance. That wouldn't surprise me if we get a resistance level off this again. So if we zoom back into the actual chart here, what you'll see is this starting to take shape. Now, on this particular level as well, there are Fibonacci pulls. So if I go from this swing high here all the way to the low, this may change. This may change because if we continue further down, that's why I haven't taken a Fibonacci pull from here. Now, what we've got, swing high, potentially, as it stands at the moment, swing low. We won't know if this is a swing low really until we break this previous high here. So we've come down, lower high, lower low. Is it going to be a lower high before falling further? We don't know yet. So as we come down to here and we created that high, we need to break above this previous high, which is the value area low now, for that then to become a swing low pivot point that we can use for the Fibonacci's. So as it is at the moment, from here to here, we have all of our usual suspects, which is the master levels, platinum channel, golden channel, and our trusty 7.0 level. So that's okay for me. That's why I've not added the Fibonacci's. I think you asked me on that one, didn't you, Dave? So that's why we've not added the Fibonacci's yet. We know they're in there if we continue to keep this low here, because obviously what starts to happen is if we do get lower, then all of a sudden this Fibonacci starts to move down, you see. So it will still have some key levels in there, like the platinum channel and the 7.5, but I think maybe you might have took your pull from there, mate, which is giving you the 786 above the value very high. But for me, we need to be taking it from this one here. So yeah, that's why. Now, my zone here is now here. What this is incorporating, it's quite a big area, but I'll explain why that doesn't matter. I'll explain why that doesn't matter. So this area now, it's a nice almost 4.95% area. Now, normally our areas to buy or short or long or whatever is quite smaller. But with this, I will say that there's a couple of trades within this area. So this has been identified as a key area that we can short in, that we can buy in. buy a short, short the market, etc. However you want to think about it. So the reason why this is pretty good is because there's a few trades here. So if I ring the alpha up, the alpha is going to tell us a lot of when we actually enter this particular trade, because I'm hoping for a bear divergence, a bear div. So as we come up to this level here, just bear with me a second. Come up to this area here. One second. Awesome. Yep. So I am live on X, which is good. Fantastic. Fine. That's great. Right. So as I come up to this area, I've got a few areas here. So let's have a look. Awesome stuff. Fantastic. As we come up to this area, I see this happening. If we reclaim this value area, let me just move that back to there. Some technical issues. Here we go. Perfect. Back to there. Perfect. Sorry about that. Right. Back to here. If and when we reclaim this particular value area, we're going to then approach this short area here, this master zone. I think we should get a nice reaction here. Why? Well, one, we've got the range point of control, which is always a good take profit zone. If it's a good take profit zone, it means it's an area kind of distribution in the sense of people are going to be selling and taking profits and opening shorts, which should give us a nice area here. Secondly, I'm hoping for a high here, a rejection of probably 3 to 5% down to this profit zone here. And then I expect at this point here, that point there, I expect the anchored VWAP taken from the bottom of here to be coming up to this particular zone, around this particular zone. I also expect that there's probably going to be of some kind of Fibonacci there, such as I don't know, could be a GC. Say we've got a golden channel there and the anchored VWAP here. I suspect we're going to then find support on that. When that happens, so I suspect it probably do that, come down to the golden pocket and the anchored VWAP there. That will be a nice support area. As we come and do that, what I'm expecting is this. This is the beauty of having the alpha to tell you money flow in the divergence on the momentum waves. As we come up to here, create a high, reject off of that, come down, find support, maybe to retest the value area low as well as the anchored VWAP and as well as the golden channel, then back up to here to take these levels to then reject from here and then get further falling down to here. What that's going to do, it's going to come up for this anchored VWAP that most likely is going to be down here by that time, this one here, value area high in daily, but it's going to create a higher high on price. And I suspect that we should get a lower low on the alpha, a lower high on the alpha, sorry, creating a bear div. That's what I'm hoping for. So this trade is a 5% zone, but I think it's got quite a few trades within it, which answers your question, Dr. Dave, on why the master zone was so big. It's because I think there's a few trades here. But rather than putting two separate trades on here, I'm thinking we just make it one and we see it for what it is. Quite a few levels of confluence in there, which is giving me my nice area. Quite a lot of the time on our master zones, we have got quite a few areas within the same zone that we can trade and go from there on that one. So yeah, hope that makes sense. Happy days. I'll leave it there. But do let us know if you're interested. Here we go. If you're interested in learning how to fish, if you're interested in learning actually how to read the charts and dissect the charts, etc., just like I've shown you there, this is simple stuff to our mentees. And even when they don't get it, they're getting nurtured, they're getting mentored, they're getting coached 2 or 3 times a week on what we're looking at, why we're looking at it, why did we place the level there, why is the trade there. It's pointless us looking fantastic with our egos, thinking, right, we've placed these trades. All you need to do is just copy, guys, just trust us. I don't want people to just trust us and trust our leadership in terms of just copying our trades. I want to teach the guys to fish. I want to teach the guys, and I want to teach you guys actually what we do, the bread and butter of how to read the market, to set the charts yourself, and then to execute that actual trade there. We're doing this day in, day out. We're teaching the guys how to do this. And if you are interested in doing this, of course, as it said below, click the description, the bio below. Join the mentorship, get aboard the mastermind. You'll absolutely love it, and we'll look forward to working with you. So I shall see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. UK time. Have a great evening.